is a known breed to come in all sorts of colors. It's no wonder that puppy millers, backyard breeders, or even breeders, should we call them, make up unnecessary made-up names to coin rare poodle colors to sell at a high premium. So in this video, we will discuss the truth about poodle colors, clarify some facts and misconceptions, as well as discuss what to look out for when you are maybe being color scammed. Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to the channel. It's the Poodle Mom again with the two toy poodles. So the facts that I will be stating are based on the FCI and the AKC standards. I will link their websites in the description box below so that you can reference them to clarify the facts that I will be stating in this video. Much like how trends come and go, breed popularity is the same. And I believe that the poodle breed is coming into the limelight once again. Hence the sudden burst of demand for poodle puppies all around the world. With tech and social media, it's much easier for these backyard breeders, puppy millers, and greeters to find vulnerable prey online. In fact, in a recent video that we made over here, we're not sure if you watched it, but feel free to do so if you have time after this video, we talked about one seller being put on the limelight for selling a so-called rare Nutella colored poodle for I think around $3,000 to $4,000, and another so-called giant standard poodle for almost $500,000 pesos or 10,000 US dollars. For someone who has a little bit more knowledge than the common person when it comes to the breed, I can't help but feel that it's insane for people to do that or price pups as such, simply because of what I already know. Which is why when it comes to the size, I already discussed it in a previous video, which I will link up in the cards above as well as in the description box below, so you can check it out if you're interested, wherein we clarified the facts about these so-called giant standards or the teacup poodles and whatnot. And now we want to clarify the facts and share with you what we know regarding the colors, because as far as I know, there is no such thing as a Nutella colored poodle. So if you guys have heard of any of these weird names that they made up to make up colors of poodles, please feel free to comment them down below, because I have a list which I will be discussing in a bit. But I would love to know if you've heard any of these colors, or if there are more. It would be nice because we can share it to this community. So these are the ones that I've heard. Of course, there's the Nutella colored poodle, there's caramel poodles, butter or butterscotch, there's also chocolate, or even coffee. I think there's another one that called it snow. I don't know if I just misheard it or something, but they were calling a white poodle as a snow poodle. I honestly don't know what it is with food. Anyway, let's proceed. So in order to clarify misconceptions, we first have to discuss the facts. For colors, there are many rules for every kennel club, so it's best to check with them. But we will only be discussing the common ones under AKC and the FCI, because most kennel clubs all around the globe are affiliated with either of the two. Also, I will limit it as much as possible and simplify the concepts for laymen, because if we get too technical, this video is gonna take forever. So in the poodle breed, there's what you call the solid and the party colored poodles. Now there's much more than that. There's actually some that are called mismarked, tuxedo, what else, ticking. But again, let's just simplify it as much as we can, because basically there are the solid colors and the ones that are mixed colors, meaning they're either two-toned, three-toned, or other things. So first, let's discuss the solid colors that are commonly known all around the globe. Solid, that means just one color for the poodle. So these are the blacks, the whites, the blue, which is commonly mixed up with a gray poodle. It's basically a diluted or a clarified version of the black poodle. And then the ever so popular silver poodle, which is an even lighter version of the black poodle. And then there's the red, the apricot, the brown, which is confused with a chocolate poodle. Guys, it's not called chocolate, it's called brown. And then there's also the cream, the cafe au lait, and the silver beige, which is a clarified or faded version of the brown. So those are the known solid colors of poodles. Now, it's important to know that these solid colors fall under two brackets. One are the black points, and the other one are the liver points. What are black points? That means they have a black nose, a jet black nose, and black eyes. Whereas the liver points are the ones with a brownish, reddish, or creamish nose and amber eyes. Now, the ones that fall under the black points are the true blacks, true whites, blue, silver, cream, apricot, and red. Meanwhile, the liver points would be the brown and the cafe au lait. Now, these are the desired points for each of those colors. But when it comes to genetics, we really have no full control over it. There are some apricots that may have liver points, but those are called genetic faults, meaning if they have that fault, they're no longer allowed in the show ring, which also means that they're not ideal for breeding because they produce that genetic fault. Let's simplify it a little bit. How does genetic work? So the parents, when they produce a litter, each puppy will have a copy of the genes of the mom and the dad, one of each. But even if they have both, one will be recessive while one will be more dominant, and that's the one that will come out, which is why, you know, when it comes to mixed breeding, it's really hard to predict what will come out. Hence, I do not support that kind of practice. But regardless of what comes out, they are still pure poodles so long as they come from purebred parents. But please don't worry, because even if they have genetic faults, they are still and can be registered under the kennel clubs. They are still accepted as purebred poodles. The only difference is they're not ideal for breeding, nor are they allowed in the show ring. Please feel free to check on the FCI and the AKC in the description box below. If you're finding value in this video, don't forget to smash the like button so that YouTube will boost this video so that we can reach more people and help educate them. Now let's move on to the party colors and the other colors that I have mentioned. Party colored poodles are basically two-tone poodles. Now there are ones that have three tones sometimes, or like a mix of the two, or some have just patches. There are ones that are also called brindle, and then there's what you call the phantom poodle that are gaining popularity and being called rare as well, or the tuxedo. The phantoms are really known, but nonetheless, no matter how beautiful they are, and I agree, they are such beautiful poodles, they are sadly not allowed in the show ring for most kennel clubs. There are some that accept party colors now, but as far as I know, the big ones don't accept them as of yet. That's as of the date in their website, and this is the year 2021, so these things may change. So in the future, maybe we can create a new video should these things change. And I want to emphasize again, regardless of the color, so long as they come from purebred parents, they are still 100% poodles. And no matter the color, they will still be registered under any kennel club, so long as the parents have papers, registered papers, or certificates of pedigree. Now let's talk about one more thing. There is what you call, I don't know how you pronounce it, a Merle Poodle or a Merle Poodle that's being under a lot of controversy lately. So some say, there are two sides of the coin. Some say that they are not purebred poodles, some say they are, because some would say that every poodle has a Merle or a Merle gene inside their genome. Some would say that it's being bred with a Merle or a Merle Aussie Shepherd. There are always two sides of the coin, and it's always just important to always be aware. But as far as the kennel clubs, the big kennel clubs are concerned, there's no such thing as a Merle or a Merle Poodle. They are mixed breed, as far as I know. But these things can easily change in the future until we have enough information to be able to do so. So please be wary of that as well. If you're finding value in this video, don't forget to smash the like button so that YouTube will boost this video so that we can reach more people and help educate them. So there is one more thing to note about poodles, and I wish to discuss this because I get this question a lot, and so many of you have been sending me a lot of puppy pictures, making me check. And as much as I want to reply to all of them, it really gets tiring, and I feel like I'm becoming like a walking encyclopedia sometimes. So yes, poodles fade over time, and it depends if they will fade. Not every poodle will fade or will clear. In the show ring or the standards, there's what you call clearing and holding. Holding basically means the color stays, and clearing means basically fading. It really depends on the genes of your pups whether they will fade or not. They can inherit both the holding gene and the clearing gene, as well as the colors as well. So it really depends on the puppy whether they will fade or not. So in Summer's case, she definitely had clearing gene more because from her previous color, that's really golden apricot, she is now a cream poodle with black points. So when you get a poodle, yes, you can expect that your poodle's colors will change, and they can change within the first 2 years of their lives. Usually they will either clear or they will hold. Or for some, they will clear after 2 years, and then as they get older, they will start reverting back and hold to their old color. It really depends on the genetics. Now, when it comes to rarity, there is a big debate on it, and it's hard to discuss which one is really rare from what not. And it's really up to you how you will decide. But as far as I know, there's no need to coin these terms on these dogs. What's more important for me is how the breeder breeds them ethically in terms of health as well as temperament. those two are my non-negotiables, because I have mentioned it many times before, in my experience with Bailey, trust me, you wouldn't want an unhealthy dog, because not only do you suffer financially, but you see the dog suffering, you suffer yourself. I think it's also important to discuss that price for me would depend on the breeding line, not the color, not the size. But it depends from person to person. Like I said, I'm only stating these things so that you have information to use to be able to decipher what's acceptable for you and whatnot. So if you will ask me bluntly regarding the controversy about a party-colored giant standard poodle being priced for $10,000, for me that is unreasonable, because for that price you can already get a show champion from a great breeding line from any reputable breeder that will sell to you. It's just sad that there are unnecessary biases and, I don't know, discrimination when it comes to the colors, because there are some in the past, back when I was getting my dogs, there are those who are like anti-party colored poodles or anti the breed standards and whatnot. But oh my gosh, honestly, it's just the people, not the animals. There's something wrong with us human beings, really. I don't understand it. But yeah, I really hope the information helped. Comment down below if you have questions, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.